I know what you're thinking. Who is this attractive stranger so stylishly dressed? I am a troubadour, a professional storyteller. And if there's one thing I know from experience, it's that you are all about to fall asleep. If I am to prevent that from happening, my story needs certain important qualities.
By the four winds, I would do anything for some pie.
Would you care for some pie?
Success!
That is not a story. There's no struggle, no challenge to overcome.
Millicent, my dove, where shall we spend the winter?
I've heard lovely things about the Moldavik Islands.
True, but then there's the Valley of Flume, where the water tastes like graham crackers.
Which to choose?
Also a terrible story.
But look, we have a decision to make.
Yes, but either way, you're going to be exceedingly comfortable.
This is true.
A great story needs pivotal moments where you stand perched on a precipice, forced to choose between safety and challenge, between conscience and convenience, between the comfort of the familiar and the call to the open road. We have a name for the era in which such a story takes place.
Let me set the scene. You're lost in the woods, the light fading fast, a sword at your side. You're half up a wall when an archer appears, there's nowhere to hide. You're racing through an alley, you're dining with the queen, you're divvying the treasure, you're jumping a ravine, you're pondering a mythical tome. One thing's for certain, you're miles from home. This is the time when dark forces gather and few dare to tread.
The age of adventure.
There's terrible danger and even worse odds, so full speed ahead.
So much adventure.
There's troubadours and merchants,
Alliances and clans. And iron-hearted heroes with ill-considered plans.
one thing adventurers know. There's peril ahead and there's miles to go. Some know the journey awaits, but don't answer the call. They hear the desires of their hearts and think life isn't like that at all. So they turn to more practical lives where there's no way to fail. And they shun the desires of their hearts and they never set sail.
But not in this tale.
Be gone, bandits! Leave Southhold or face the might of the Royal Cavaliers!
No, we're not on a battlefield. Welcome to Trammel's Stables. Our story concerns a young commoner who yearned to be more.
Sir Gideon, how bravely you dispatched those brigands. You must have a reward.
He was not destined to be an actor.
Nay, good princess, protecting the kingdom is reward in itself. That, and looking upon your face.
Boy! Half the morning's done. We didn't become the finest stable in Southhold by lazing about.
Well, I've done all my chores, and I just pulled a stone out of Aspiration's horseshoe. She might have hurt herself walking on it, and, well, I was about to take her out for a run.
Done all your chores, have you? Have you brushed down all the horses?
Yes, sir.
Have you mucked the stalls?
Yes.
Have you replaced the hinge on the rear gate?
Yes.
Check the saddlebags for holes.
Yes.
Sharpened all the spurs?
Yes.
Sorted horse blankets by fabric.
Oh, yes.
Sifted weevils out of the oats?
Yes.
Swept the north stables.
Twice.
Swept the south stable?
Here is your blade, Sir Knight. Go battle the horse poo. I have half a mind to return that stable boy to the orphanage.
You can't do that. Checks.
You're crashing through a window.
You're taking in a vista.
You're rescuing a relic.
You're aiming a ballista.
You're spying for a duchess. You're charging on a stallion. You're plotting a rebellion. You're leading a battalion. You're everyone who's ever set forth.
If you believe that there's something within you that yearns to be free,
Join the adventure.
that hungers for challenge and burns for the journey, then just follow me.
Large quantities of adventure.
We're riding off at daybreak, we're sailing with the tide. The bards will sing forever, of dangers be defied. I can't say how long that we'll be away, for once you've arrived here, you might want to stay.
You're running an embargo.
You're navigating canyons. You're disregarding orders. You're gathering companions. You're sailing through a tempest. You're reveling in wonder. You're running for your life as the cannons start to thunder. Your quest is underway. Your legend starts today. Get ready for the age of adventure.
Is there a steward at this stable, or shall I hobble my own mount?
That morning, the stables had a very special visitor.
Sounds. It's one of the Royal Cavaliers.
Don't just stand there, woman. Put him in a spending mood.
Is that really one of the Royal Cavaliers?
You, out of sight. That is a member of nobility. I can't have low-borns hovering about him like flies.
Gideon hid around a corner and watched the cavalier excitedly.
Welcome, good sir. Welcome to Trammell Stables. Let me tell you. Dusty!
Sir, we are most pleased to have you here. Most pleased indeed.
My horse is lazy. Acts like I'm some huge burden. I was told that you might be able to provide an acceptable replacement.
More than acceptable, sir. We pride ourselves on the finest horses in the kingdom.
Haven't had a proper lunch.
Say no more, sir. One moment. Get this man something to eat. We need his patronage.
Quit your whinging. I'll get the venison from the larder. You go light the kitchen fire.
The cavalier dropped his pack and sword on the ground and sat down to eat.
Boy, put out table settings for the good knight. Fetch him a mug and bring the bottle of ale from the cellar. The one marked for important guests, not the one marked swill for the peasants.
Yes, Master Trammell.
We'll serve you the finest meal, just as we offer the finest of horses. Just to be clear, the horses aren't part of the meal.
I'm not getting less hungry.
Of course, sir.
Do cavaliers ever have assistants? People to carry their swords when they're not using them?
We have squires. The clean shields help us into our armor and all that grunt work.
Oh, and could someone like me become a squire?
Small chance of that. Squires are sons of nobility, dukes, earls. That lot. Never a peasant like you.
Well, do the assistants sometimes need assistance?
Those are called pages, also sons of nobility, or wealthy merchants. They assist the squires.
Do pages ever need assistance? Maybe someone to carry the cavalier's sword when they're tired carrying the sword for the squire?
Never heard of something like that. But I guess it's not impossible.
The deer is on the spit, good sir. Be off with you, boy. Go exercise that filly.
As the luncheon proceeded, Gideon raced to the stalls and saddled up his favorite horse, Aspiration.
Come on, girl. Let's get you some fresh air. Not impossible. Not impossible. I heard it distinctly, that's what he said, and now I can't get the words out of my head. Not impossible. That means possible. That's better than who knows or no one can say. That means there's a way. So I've just gotta figure out what I can do, so that I can be part of the Cavaliers too. Come on, Aspiration. Let's see what you got. Yeah!
The boy knows how to handle a horse.
Yes, he loves to ride instead of doing his chores.
Can you imagine it? Being an assistant to an assistant to an assistant to a real cavalier. Helping the helpers of the helpers when danger is near. Acting with bravery. Being the first into danger and the last to retreat. Aiding the fight against murderous hordes. Maybe assisting with carrying swords. Riding the kingdom and safeguarding farmers and lords. Not impossible. Tricky, but not impossible. They must need an extra helper or three. Why can't one be me? I've just gotta come up with a thing I can do, so that I can be part of the Cavaliers too. Oh, I guess this is where we turn around.
Gideon had arrived at a tall fence at the end of the field, as far as he was allowed to go. He turned the horse around and then stopped.
You know, Aspiration, I bet we can jump that fence. Oh, don't be like that. It's not that tall. Look, I'll tell you what. If we can jump it, then you get an apple. And it means that I am gonna work for the Cavaliers. Let's do it. Yeah! Sometimes when I ride, I start to lose track of the rest of the world, and it feels like the wind is challenging me to a race. And there's just the rhythm and the bounce of the road as we pick up the pace. First I bring her to a trot, and then a trot becomes a canter, and a canter is a gallop, and we're gone. And the world turns into colors like a spell from an enchanter, and it feels like I'm floating incredibly high, like I'm jumping right over the sky.
Gideon jumped the horse clear over the fence and landed safely on the other side. An explosion of splattered mud.
I just painted that fence!
Yeah! Not impossible. What I want's not impossible. I may be a peasant stuck with a chore. I may be a commoner sweeping the floor, but I can be more. I have just gotta figure out what I can do, so that I can be part of the Cavaliers too.
At this moment, a royal crier arrived, bearing important news.
Hear ye, hear ye!
She's wearing the red and purple. It's a proclamation from the king.
Probably another parade in our honor.
The northern forest has been attacked by a fierce Blundersnorp. All Royal Cavaliers are hereby dispatched to travel north into the forest to destroy the foul creature without heed to danger. The creature is fully grown and very angry. It has already terrorized villages, overturned merchant wagons, and destroyed a species of fern. It must be stopped.
Blundersnorp? Tell me, is it coming this way?
I got a lot of ground to cover.
Ooh, this must be very exciting for you.
I've got to go.
Will you be riding off to slay the beast?
Yes, that's it. Prepare my horse.
Wait! You haven't bought a new horse. Surely you don't want to leave your old horse here?
The northern forest is that way. The Cavaliers must have a special shortcut.
Confound it, woman! He left without making a single purchase! Help me get the venison off the spit. 10-minute rule, it's still good.
A Blundersnorp. A real monster, and the Cavaliers rushing off to fight it. Oh, if only I could be there to watch the battle. Oh, the knight's pack. And sword. Well, he must have been so eager to confront the monster that he forgot them. Suppose he finds the beast, charges forth to attack, then realizes that he left his sword behind. This is a disaster. He'll be killed. Unless someone brings the sword to him.
Boy! Help us unspit this deer!
It's a 3-person job!
And when you're done, lock yourself in the sleeping cabinet!
I have just got to figure out what I can do so that I can be part of the Cavaliers.
And so the decision was made. Gideon strapped the sword to his back, climbed atop his horse, and raced into the unknown.
Where does he think he's going?
He's jumping the northern fence!
I just painted that fence too!
Gideon galloped far north until the road entered the great forest at the border of the kingdom.
What a run that was. You need a break, girl. I'll walk you from here. I was hoping we'd have seen Sir Boris by now. He must have already entered the forest.
Actually, Sir Boris was 20 miles south and galloping in the opposite direction. But there were people nearby, a group of forest-dwelling bandits known as the Deep Woods Offals. Stop! Not like that! There's no drama if you just grab him. Where's your sense of showmanship? Back, all of you.
All right.
And when you return, introduce yourselves. Give us a little exposition. Okay. Gideon had barely entered the forest when he heard crude voices getting ever nearer.
Bandits! We've got to hide.
We like brandy and boots with mud. We like thunder and storms that flood. We like brawling until there's blood, but not as much as stealing stuff. We like mutton and cups of steak. We like bodies below the lake, but not as much as locks that break. That's 'cause we like stealing stuff.
The sun prefer to farm, we don't see the charm, toiling in the soil till our backs are sore. So much gold around, tell us what's the harm of taking just a little something.
We like vermin in shirts with skulls, pirate vessels with blackened hulls. The work is long, but it never dulls. When deep down you like stealing stuff.
If we see a vault,
We'll steal the money.
if we see a hive,
We'll steal the honey.
if we see a church,
We'll steal the steamboat.
most of all, the deftest of all, the thing that we like stealing most of all.
Persons!
Really, you're rhyming steeple with persons.
Sorry.
We're the hunters in darkest night. Nothing ever escapes our sight.
Wait a minute. What have we here?
Hey, get away from me! Stop!
Gideon struggled, but it was too late. Soon he was surrounded by bandits. Sir Boris's sword was pulled from his grasp.
Where'd you steal this from, boy?
That belongs to the Royal Cavaliers. And I didn't steal it, I borrowed it. Without the owner knowing.
Hey, that's what we do!
And a horse! Just what we need! Hi!
Get off of her!
A runaway farmhand or stable boy from the look of him. I think we'll sell you to the galleys of Nestemia. They'll chain you to an oar and you'll row and row for the rest of your days.
And only have 10-minute breaks on the hour.
No, there won't be breaks. He'll be a slave. But would you please let me do the talking?
Sorry, sir.
This is a rather fine haul, isn't it? Take him to camp. Some prefer a job. We respect their choice, and we ask that they respect ours too. From they with fullest purse to they with pressing need. So please don't shout, you'll make things worse. We'll get upset and then you'll bleed.
Here steel lenses right off your eyes. Mills like treasures of any size. It's a fine day to burglarize. They steal your dough, they steal your brew, they steal the show, they steal your shoe. You better hope that we don't steal you.
Despite all the petty and venomous rumors, we think of ourselves as enlightened consumers.
Like stealing stuff. What are you doing? You're all bandits. You don't chant bandit, bandit. You don't see blacksmiths going blacksmith, blacksmith.
Blacksmith, 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 black.
The bandits marched deep into the woods to a hidden camp near the ruins of an old highway. Nearby was a cave that the bandits had turned into a cage, or, as it's technically known, a cave.
But I'm on an important mission. I'm helping a cavalier fight a Blundersnorp. He needs that sword.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I think I'm going to use that if I'm ever captured.
It was here when they encountered a complication. Another bandit arrived, pulling with him a young woman about Gideon's age.
Let me go!
Oh, what have we here?
What do you say you were again?
I am Alanna, viscountess of Cambria. I know now that my father will never pay ransom. We do not treat with thugs such as you.
She's a hostage.
We've already got a hostage.
That makes 2!
Lovely. But there is a difficulty. We're loading the horses with treasure tomorrow. Even with this new horse, we've barely got room for one hostage.
Why not make a horse carry both, along with the treasure?
Don't be absurd. That would be inhumane. No. We'll have to kill one of them.
What? Oh, my father will pay fabulous ransom for my release.
Can't you just let one of us go?
No. We can't risk you revealing this secret camp. Plus, we've put a lot into the paintwork.
What do you got?
Stable boy, easy to sell.
I took this one off a fancy royal convoy. Gotta be worth a pretty penny.
Yes, but then, it's dangerous to collect ransom.
No. Incredibly safe.
Trent grabbed Gideon and Alanna and pushed them into the cage.
We'll work this out tomorrow. Into the cell. There you go. To the campfire, my thieves. We've some celebrating to do. Clutch! Guard duty. Take the bow. Oh, and this. This'll keep you company. If either of them tries to escape, put an arrow through them?
Clutch sat by a tree near the cage, the bow and arrows in his lap, clearly more interested in the bottle than the two prisoners.
Well, clearly it's got to be me.
What does?
The one to survive. I mean, it's an unfortunate situation, but we must exercise social responsibility. You're a stable boy, and I am nearly royalty.
Nearly?
I am directly related to the Queen, which means that one day I will be Queen. It's just a matter of waiting for 7 of my cousins to die.
That seems like a long wait.
Succession of the throne is the foundation of society. I must be allowed to continue on that path.
Well, I'm also on a path. I know I'm just a stable boy, but don't I have the same worth as you?
Oh, you are very sweet.
Let me explain as best I can. No. The kingdom is comprised of over 19 million subjects, from the merchant to the fletcher, to the peasant to the clerk. All of them united by a deeply held conviction that they play a vital role within the fabric of our nation. Each of them a helper, each of them a pillar, each of them a stanza in a rich and endless song. There's only one hitch. They're wrong! No one matters unless they are royalty. Royals govern the land and the sea. They're loved and admired, no voting required. For true inner worth is a matter of birth, and the world puts us where we should be.
Well, Master Trammell says royals only serve themselves.
But are they themselves not the kingdom? And thus in doing so, do they not serve the kingdom?
See the farmer at work with his crops. We trust him with pigs and we trust him with slops. But that is the point where his expertise stops. We don't quiz him on music or law. We see the baker with oven and plate. His bread-making skills we can hardly debate. But we keep him well clear of matters of state. Can you see him in charge of a wedding or war? All society hinges on royalty, gladly heeding their every decree. And don't mean a thing if you ain't got that king in your family line. In fact, it's a sign that the world puts us where we should be.
Each of us was born to play a specific role in the world. For example, I expect that you spend most of your time working with manure.
No, yeah, some of the time
Whereas I was born with the expectation of ascending to the throne of my country.
Well, when exactly?
Soon.
See the queen, so lovely and regal. She tells us what's legal. Oh, queen, your enemies flee you. How lovely to be you. How noticed, how valued, how seen. Here's a noble girl, clever and bored. She's brought to events where she's largely ignored. She wears what they give her, she does what they say. She has some ideals, but she's told that they get in the way. But she will inherit the queendom one day. Then I'll matter because I'll be royalty. I'll be valued and I will be free. I'll speak imperiously, be taken seriously. So we wait for that fortunate date when we're ushered by fate to our proper estate. It'll be rather great when the world puts us where we should be. Oh, I should not have told you all that.
Oh, no, it's okay. I know what it's like to want to be something that you're not.
So it's decided. You'll be the one to die.
That's what a cavalier would do. But I'm on a mission to save a cavalier. I have to be alive for that.
Oh, I see. So it's perfectly okay to let me die, is that it?
Now, Alanna, rather peeved, backed Gideon into the bars, dislodging some rocks from above.
Interesting. There appears to be a gap in the bars near the ceiling, but it's too tall to climb.
Well, if we help each other, we reach it. And we can get out, sneak to my horse, and escape.
Oh, splendid! We shall work as partners. Now bend over so I can use you as a stepladder.
No, but if that guard wakes up, he'll shoot whoever's trying to escape.
He's passed out. Help me up.
No, he could wake up at any second.
Thank you for your opinion. Now bend over. That's a lad.
No, it's too dangerous.
Stableboy, I have given you an order.
Well, it's like you said. I'm just the commoner. If anyone should take the risk, it should be me.
I could see you're going to be stubborn about this.
Alanna interlaced her hands to support Gideon as he climbed up.
Oh! Whoa. Oh! Whatever is on your boots? Ow! Would you...
The stable boy made it over the top of the bars and jumped to the ground outside.
All right. Now, to that sleeping bandit. He's got the keys. Oh, good. Now, unlock the door. So good to be out of that place. It's decidedly working class. Let us flee.
Whoa. Easy aspiration. She's friendly. I think.
Get us out of here.
The sword.
What?
There's something I have to do first.
Couldn't you have taken care of that before we left?
No, not that. I'll be right back.
That's where the bandits are. This is the opposite of escaping.
Just hold on.
Ugh. Stable boy, if you walk away, I will ride off at once. I will not wait for you. What are you looking at?
Wait a minute! That's not a waiter!
We don't even have waiters!
Stop him!
Gideon came racing back, Sir Boris's sword in his hand. As soon as he mounted the horse, Alanna jumped back to the ground.
This is actually worse than being a prisoner.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm grabbing the bow and arrow from the guard.
Alanna clambered back on the horse just as the bandits arrived.
The cage is open!
They're getting away!
Clutch! Were your instructions unclear?
Can you hang on?
I've done dressage since I was 5. I think I can handle it.
Ride them down. I want all my property back. And any other property you find along the way.
Now, this is my favorite part.
Gideon and Alanna raced north on the ancient highway, the bandits in hot pursuit. Saddle up, hunker down, grab the reins, stay on track. Keep your eye on the path, look ahead, never back. Your heart is racing, the road is pounding. Your foes are chasing, their horns are sounding. Focus, peril and danger await. The easy part is done. It's time for the ride of your life.
You children can't escape us. Give up. Give up. Give up.
We're getting badly.
Swallow your pride. Abandon your ride. It's so much easier than dying.
The road is ending.
I can see that. Hang on.
What do you mean, hang on? You can't ride into a forest.
I can guide her.
We'll be thrown or hit a tree. This is madness.
Well, then they won't follow us.
Sir, they're not stopping!
Follow them.
Into the forest?
No, through the sky. Yes, into the forest.
We'll hit a tree.
You won't hit a tree.
He immediately hit a tree.
Don't do what he did.
The chase continued into the woods. Branches whizzed past as Gideon guided the horse around gnarled oaks and leapt her over roots. But the bandits stayed in hot pursuit.
It's just another turn. It's just another tree. Just keep her running clear until we're finally free. I've gotta do this. A cavalier wouldn't fail. It's just like racing at home, except there isn't a trail. Focus, be in the here and the now. And so deep into the woods, on with the ride of their lives. Now, pay attention to this part. It's important.
Could you please avoid the branches?
It's a forest. It's made of branches.
Oh, that one is pointing right at us. It's going to spear us. Oh!
It's falling to me, bade us give up. Give up. The situation calls for giving up.
I'm getting saddled, so
Give in to your fear and pull over here. It's so much easier than dying.
Clutch! Time to redeem yourself.
On it, hit ya!
The bandit rode forward, slowly gaining on Gideon and Alanna.
One of them is overtaking us.
We're already at a gallop.
I wonder which one of you is going to scream first.
This is one of the most exciting parts of the story. Alanna deftly turned in place on the horse so that she was facing backwards.
It's clear that someone is going to have to take charge of our defense.
What are you doing? That's very dangerous.
Quiet. I'm trying to remember archery lessons from 3 years ago.
Straight arm, proper elbow, grip firm but relaxed. Lift and knock the arrow, finger under chin. Then find your anchor, pull the string all the way. What's it my instructor always used to say? Just aim for the target. Just aim for the target. No! Aim ahead of the target.
Stop!
What is going on up there?
I think she's firing arrows, sir!
Are you sure?
Pretty sure, sir.
The bandit who'd first hit a tree caught up with them, now somewhat worse for wear.
What I miss?
Get me my things.
Good as got. Gideon!
Not impossible, not impossible, not impossible, not impossible!
Another bandit's almost upon us.
Out of arrows, eh, my sweet?
Hurry!
I can't go any faster.
Come here and give us a hug.
I will not be handled by a commoner.
In case you were wondering, in this story, all the horses get away without being hurt.
I'm docking your pay for 2 weeks. How's that crossbow coming along?
2 bandits shared a horse, the first loading a crossbow, the second reading from an instructional scroll.
Place quarrel securely in groove.
Check.
Pull crank firmly counterclockwise until quarrel clicks the head.
Tree!
No, it don't say nothing about a tree.
Tree!
What?
I'll catch them myself.
Now that dreadful leader is coming.
We'll lose him going down this hill. Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh?
They're headed right for the forest crevasse. They'll have to stop or fall to their deaths.
They came to a quick stop.
There's just a giant hole up ahead. Who planned this forest?
I say, horse thieves. As you can see, you found the crevasse. It's a half a league drop to the forest floor, hence... Give up, give up. I am the wolf and you are but a pup. Give up that for which you fought. Deep down you know you ought to. It's so much easier than trying.
Why do you look like you're trying to do maths in your head? That requires years of specialized training.
She can make it.
What?
I can tell by her stride. She can do the jump. We can make it.
What?
Yeah! And so the moment is there.
I can't be queen if I'm dead!
With life and death in the air.
Where are you going? Come back here!
It's all a matter of skill. And so you summon your will.
All of a sudden the critical minute is now.
And that's the ride of your life.
Get ready to jump, horse! Wait! Why are you stopping? No!
The bandit leader was flung out of the saddle and soon was dangling over the crevasse, barely hanging on to the edge.
I've decided to let you go.
Flush with excitement from their expertly narrated escape, Gideon and Alanna rode until they were far away from the bandits. They stopped in a grove. Gideon climbed a tree to better see their surroundings, leaving Alanna for a moment.
Oh, that was phenomenal! Down, you ruffian! 1 down, 2 down! Oh, that was better than dressage and archery lessons combined!
Dazzling, racing, fanciful and wild, just like some tale I heard upon my father's knee. A mad adventure with a twist on every page, except this time the heroine is me. Breathless, restless, and giddy all at once. My thoughts are racing, and my heart's begun to soar. It's odd to have a surge of pride when technically I almost died. It was chaos, and I think I want some more. What can I do so I can always feel this way? Like I could save the world or brave a dragon's den. The fading of my fears, the roaring in my ears. Tell me how to be that girl again. Patient, prudent, biding all my time. Taught that life begins when I receive a crown. But I have never felt so grand as back there when I took a stand. While being queen involves a lot of sitting down. What can I do so I can always feel this way? As if my life's a page and I just found a pen. Required to make a choice, required to raise my voice, struggling to survive. I strangely felt alive, and now I want to be that girl again. Tell me how to be that girl again. Whatever are you doing up in that tree?
I can see where the great highway ends at the forest, which means Sir Boris must be somewhere that way.
I haven't any idea what you're talking about.
You'll come with me until I find Sir Boris and give him the sword. Then I can help you get home. Let's go.
That sounds like your mission. What about mine?
I didn't know you had a mission.
Did it ever occur to you to ask?
Fine. What's your mission?
I don't know. But I need to go home so I can figure it out.
You can't go off alone. It's dangerous. The forest is full of wild animals and bandits who sing.
Well, that's a chance I'll have to take. Besides, by now my parents must have noticed that I'm missing. But if you're concerned, you could accompany me. We could continue to adventure.
Well, I have to return this sword to Sir Boris.
And he is?
A Royal Cavalier.
A trained soldier, then? And you know that he's in danger how?
Well, I don't know, but I need him to see me follow this through.
That sounds like a silly choice, but I suppose that's what happens with men and swords. Good luck, Gideon.
If I don't bring Sir Boris this sword, he'll never know that I tried to help. I'll never be accepted as an assistant to the Cavalier Order, but I can't let her go off on her own.
I'm fine.
This is difficult. Strangely difficult. I've almost arrived at the end of my quest. A few hours walk, a few miles west. Why is this difficult? If I want to do this, then this is my shot. She seems like she's safe, but what if she's not? I have wanted to ride for the kingdom since I was a wee one. But it's better to act like a cavalier would than to be one. Hold on, I'm coming!
Gideon's big decision made, he caught up with Alanna, who was experiencing some of the local flora.
This spine is attempting to eat my leg. I require some assistance.
Let me try and pull it off. got it.
Isn't this a much better use of your time? And why would you need to bring a sword to a cavalier? Don't they have people for that?
Sir Boris needed it. He rushed off to fight a Blundersnorp.
Is that what he told you? There haven't been Blundersnorps in the Northern Kingdom for hundreds of years.
No, there was a royal decree. I heard it.
Gideon, my people are wardens of the lands north of the Great Forest. If there was a Blundersnorp on the loose, I think I would know about it. I'm sure that was just the wind.
Oh, it's coming from over there. Hey, stay here, girl.
The two ran to a nearby clearing where an injured cavalier leaned against a tree. Facing him, in full terrible glory, was a Blundersnorp.
Angry, hungry, angry, hungry, angry, hungry, angry, hungry.
This part of the story requires some imagination. Accounts of what a Blundersnorp looks like are remarkably inconsistent. Some say it's kind of a giant lizard. Others call it a magical blend of an owl and a bear. I've even heard it described as a thing in a shell that rolls like a boulder, smashing into anything in its path. But storytellers generally agree that the Blundersnorp is large, angry, and hungry, and that a swipe of his giant tail could knock a small tree half over. Speaking of its tail...
Look out!
You two, away from here!
Do you need help?
Be gone! The monster is vicious!
Angry, hungry, angry, hungry.
It's a cavalier and his leg is hurt.
There are other cavaliers in these woods. Run off and find one.
But you need help.
I am a Royal Cavalier, and I am ordering you to get clear of this monster.
But you are in trouble.
Angry, hungry, angry, hungry.
Alanna, find somewhere safe.
This is madness. This is chaos. This is how I'll be that girl again.
I told you to wait till it's safe.
I am quite done with waiting. I'm going to help too.
Well, how are you going to help?
Well, how are you going to help?
I preferred it when it was just the monster.
Maybe we can lure the Blundersnorp away.
Hey, monster! You come here! Oh, okay, it's not working.
Try insulting it.
Yeah, come here, you stupid beast!
You look ridiculous!
Like you are constructed out of parts of other monsters.
I will bet you're short for a Blundersnorp.
Yeah, you're picking on someone half your size. You must be a coward.
Oh dear. So, Blundersnorps are rather touchy about the issue of courage. The monster turned to glare at Gideon and Alanna, eyes filled with rage. It slowly advanced.
Angry, hungry, angry, hungry.
It seems to be interested in us now.
We probably should have planned this part better.
I think it's getting ready to charge. We've got to run!
No, if we run, it'll just go back and finish off that cavalier. I've got to end this.
Oh, Gideon.
Gosh, why are these things so heavy?
What are you doing? You'll be crushed.
I've got to try and fight it.
Don't just be brave. Be smart brave.
But you're the one with the ideas.
Very angry, very hungry, very angry, very hungry.
During the forest chase, the tree branch. Emulate that.
Remember that bit I told you to pay attention to? Gideon knew that Alanna meant the spear-like branch they dodged in the forest. He wedged the sword in a hole in the tree so that the blade stuck outward.
Get out of the way before it charges!
Not yet. I can't let the monster see the sword or it won't charge.
And then the Blundersnorp charged with shocking speed. At the very last second, Gideon tried to jump out of the way.
Gideon? Are you hurt?
I jumped out of the way. The monster ran straight into the sword. I think it's dead. Ow! Wait! What's wrong?
What if you hadn't jumped away in time?
Well, I thought you'd be happy that we're safe.
You could have been injured or slain.
It was your idea.
So what?
Ow.
Ah, teen emotions. At this point arrived another cavalier, Sir Ryle.
Oi! Did either of you see an enormous... By the king's blood. It's here! Or what's left of it, anyway.
The cavalier we saw earlier limped into a clearing as well.
3 cavaliers in one day.
Must have dashed itself against this tree.
It looks like our work is done for us. How are you in these woods? Are your masters about?
No, sir. We're lost.
Hey, you're lucky we found you, then.
Good sirs, I was wondering if Sir Boris was nearby.
Sir Boris? Nearby a tavern, maybe?
Well, it's just that I was worried. I have his sword. Well, I had it.
Easy, lad. You've had a fright. We'll take you home when we're done here.
Yes, but I just...
Sit over there. No more chatter.
Yes, my lords.
That is quite enough. Both of you. Attend what I have to say.
Alanna told the 2 cavaliers of their adventure, from their escape from the bandits to their fight with the Blundersnorp. She featured herself rather prominently in the story, but eventually came to a conclusion that surprised even her.
And in doing so, this young man acted more nobly than any noble I have ever met.
You faced that thing?
Only because I had to. It would have gotten him otherwise.
The sword's here, just like she said. Do you know there's a royal decree out for that creature?
Aye. They'll have a barrel of gold for you back in Southold.
And commendations from the king.
My lords, I don't know what to say. I wouldn't know what to do with gold.
What?
But it's been my wish since as long as I can remember to work with the Cavaliers. Do you think it might be possible, if you told them what I did, for me to be some sort of extra assistant to a page? I wouldn't be much trouble, I promise.
Wouldn't you rather just be a squire?
I thought only highborn can become squires.
Many do, and more often than not become cavaliers like Sir Boris. But for the kingdom to be safe, we need people with courage, highborn or low. We'll train you, if that's what you'd like.
I would love that.
Gideon! Oh, that's wonderful! I mean, that is well done. Good for you.
I'll have Sir Ryle escort you back to Cambria. Your parents must be worried sick.
I would gladly accept that escort, Sir Knight. As for my parents, we shall see how they like what I have to tell them.
Your horse, I reckon?
Yes, sir, that's Aspiration. She carried us this whole way.
A little awkward, but she'll grow graceful with time. Saddle up and follow us.
The next few weeks were a whirlwind. Gideon found himself at Southold's High Keep, appointed as squire to Sir Halleck.
Tomorrow we'll start you on footwork and sword forms, and keep working you till you're ready to fall over. For now, you'll polish that armor until it gleams. Any questions?
No, sir.
I'll see you at 6 bell.
Not impossible. Tricky, but not impossible.
Meanwhile, Alanna found herself in the foyer of the largest merchant house in the northern kingdoms.
So, the Viscountess of Cambria wishes to be my apprentice.
But I am Viscountess no more. I've renounced my title and all claim to the throne.
And why is that?
I am tired of waiting for a royal life to be handed to me. It sounds glamorous, but it's actually rather dull. I'd quite like to learn about this whole business of making money.
Well, do these sums and I'll return in an hour and we'll see if you have a head for it.
Not impossible. Fancy that. Not impossible.
Gideon and Alanna would meet again in a few years, and that is a very different kind of story. But for now, we are left where we started, with you here now, in the age of adventure.
An epic of wonder, danger, and more. An era where small folks dream they can soar and dare to be born.
Perhaps there is something you think you could do. Perhaps there is something you're dreaming of too.